Good evening, everyone. We'll call this a meeting to order Thursday, March 15th, 2025 at 5 p.m. In the matter of the dilapidation of the property of Cord James and Sherry L. Regan, 411 Southeast 4th. Is there anyone here that wants to speak on the matter?
Yes.
Come on up. So what's been going on?
Progress. Well, I've got all the trim painted and ready to put back on around the house.
Okay, you got it painted someplace else?
I haven't painted yet. I've been worried about getting the roof first.
Right. So you have all the trim painted?
Painted to put back on, yes. Yeah. And have that ready. All of the damaged edges of the rafters have been repaired. I'm going to be working on the porch and the soffit next. And meanwhile, keep it up with the grass, and I do need to do the hedge.
All the grass had been cut. There's a couple of trash cans that are full.
Yes.
Up underneath the carport. We need to keep those empty.
Okay.
You know, keep the trash off there so that we don't collect more.
All right.
You know, there's also looks like I'm not sure what that is, but it almost looks like poison ivy's trying to grow up the side of the building. It looks like a 3-leaf.
I don't know. That's off of the hedge.
Okay.
Over there. Just
Okay. That's not poison ivy.
No.
I wanted to point that out to you. I was oh boy, if that's poison ivy. Okay. There's also an area. Let's see, in the backyard. I guess the fence is down.
Yeah.
Are we going to take care? Are we going to take care of that too?
Yes, I was going to get the. I was just concentrating on the roof.
Right. Yeah, we're going to get that roof done by June, but we want to close the whole case.
Oh, I agree.
That means that the yard's cut.
Oh, I
no
agree.
trash, junk.
Yes.
The roof has been done.
Yes.
Is that tree going to stay there?
I have to say better.
That tree that's growing right next to the house?
That's like a bush that I cut and cut. I'm going to cut it some more. But I cut that thing down to the ground every year. It's just like a bush that grows. It's coming down. All that's coming down.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah, because this looks like it's starting to create a place where it can't really get mowed underneath.
Oh, I weed eat. No, you can get under there.
Yeah.
You can.
Okay.
I weed eat under there and all that stuff. So yeah.
Okay. Well, let's make sure that when you're doing the roof.
Yeah. What's it?
It's kind of getting over there onto the roof a little bit, ain't it?
No.
No.
Mm-mm. It looks like it, but it's not.
Okay.
No, nothing's blocking the roof.
Okay, but we're going to take care of a new deck.
Yes.
We're going to put plywood underneath here.
It's going to be OSB.
OSB.
Yes.
And you've already spec'd it out and know what the costs are and everything.
Yes.
Or in June next month, you're going to be good.
Yes.
Okay. We'll see you here next month.
Last meeting, you don't have it on the, I think it's the 15th
June
or 17th.
we don't have it on the 13th.
It'll be the 26th.
It'll be the 26th, right?
So does that mean add an extra week? Or
Extra week, the 26th. That's when we're gonna do it.
Okay.
I want to set you for the June 26th.
Okay.
And we'll see you back here.
All right. I see you then. Thank you.
All right.
And Cheryl, can I ask you? I can't find where you emailed me that permit. I don't know. Can I just come by and get a copy?
Yeah, you can come in tomorrow or Monday, whenever, and I'll get you a copy. When you can come, I'll get you a copy.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, in the matter of the dilapidation of the property of Lynn E. Davis and Melinda Rhodes, 902 Southeast 2nd. Hey, come on down. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, sir.
I looked at some of the photos. It looks like you had gotten started on some of the interior. You got it pretty well gutted out.
Yes, sir.
And we was making progress, but I saw that something hadn't been done in a few weeks.
We're having issues collecting money. I went to get another draw that was supposed to have been $26,000, and they'd already spent like $8,000 of it. And they're saying the insurance is telling us that's because they're paying their mortgages and stuff out of it.
Oh.
And that's not what that money.
No.
And
Yeah, right.
I mean, I can't say, but I
Are they
just
paying
know,
you?
no, this isn't. how the insurance works, as far as them telling them to pay the payment of the house. And so I've kind of put on the brakes a little bit, you know, I mean, that's why we've got this pause, because when the first gets here again, then there's gonna be another chunk that's going to be gone. And I'm having trouble kind of communicating with them. Just, they tell me one thing whenever I go to pick up a check.
Right.
And then they're like, well, the insurance said I've got to have receipts before I can give you a check. And I mean, we're talking like demo. We're not even talking like something where I can say, okay, this is, you know, because the house is full of sheetrock, the insulation. I mean, we're ready to go to that next step, but
Right.
I'm just
Yeah, I
not
saw
sure
it
where.
was ready to go, it was ready to step up, but everything had paused. You got sheetrock sitting in there, ready to start going up and start
Right, I mean.
making
The-
walls.
Yes, sir. But with like writing it, so it was 7,000 that was not there in 2 weeks ago. This week, it's down to 8,000 that's missing. So, I mean, I'm in a predicament in myself.
Yeah,
I mean.
you can't stay in business doing that.
But I just knows what, and then like when I called her yesterday to try figuring it out before I came here, you know, she's like, well, I never said none of this, but she still just got 13,000 out of that 26 left. So.
It kind of doesn't allow you to finish your job too much, right? Is that what you're
I
telling
mean,
me?
yes, she's running out of money quicker than I can get it collected because I just
So you-
take it in stages, you know, I've never just give me all your money and,
Right.
you know, I mean, we get to this stage, you know, I mean, electrical alone was 14,000. I mean, there's big
Yeah.
chunks
Yeah,
that,
you have, and that's how normal operating procedures work. You have stages, and once those get signed off on, you move to the next stage. And that's how it normally works.
And in the very beginning, we had enough that we could go through there and get that thing put together.
Right. I thought we'd be finished with this case by now.
Right,
And
so I did have a little hiccup getting electrical approved through the insurance.
right.
So that took about 2 weeks because the insurance was only paying for a little bit in the kitchen, but once we exposed all the walls,
Right.
it was not up to code. So they wound up approving getting all the wiring redone. So I mean, it's got brand new wiring throughout the whole house. But then when we got to the next step, I mean, I know 10 grand and stuff doesn't sound like a chunk, but I mean, it really is on this little project. I mean,
Yeah, so that smaller project, it's the difference between completing it and not completing it.
right.
And you're afraid that at this time, they're not making payments to you?
Well, I got a payment in the very beginning when I first started.
Right.
Then I got one when the electrical, before we got the electrical, to get the electrical going, and then when I went to get the next one for the sheetrock and all that, then that's when we realized that they're needing the money for mortgages and stuff like that. And then when I talked to her yesterday, the amounts was the same, but it's like she's like, I never said that, but I mean, it's still gone regardless where it went.
Right, and
Who are you speaking with? Are you speaking with the mother?
Yes, I'm sorry, yes, sir. The mother is the one it's in her, the insurance and everything is in her name.
Lynn Davis, is that Lynn? Nyla, yeah, she's been here before too.
And with this cancer and stuff that her daughter has, just
Right.
everybody's so emotional that, I mean,
Yeah.
but we just can't have, I want to say regular conversations, I mean, because it just,
Yeah, it doesn't.
and I feel, and I want to make all this right, but
Right. Well, I just noticed that, the grass isn't even getting taken care of. The grass isn't even getting taken care of here, so, that's something that we can do tomorrow. Trent, we can open a nuisance abatement on the high grass and weeds.
I mean, is that something that I should be taking care of? I mean,
No, that's the owner's responsibility.
Okay, I didn't,
You know, when the contractor comes in, as long as he's working, he might be doing that. But if you're not able to work every day, no.
I mean, right now, there's sheetrock I could do, but I mean, it's just like, I don't know where, I mean,
You don't want to do it not,
and I'm not trying not to.
Honestly, it sounds to me like you may, and may I speak, if you've done the work that you've been paid for at this point in time,
Yeah.
if she doesn't have the ability or the funds to pay you for more services, then she doesn't have the ability or the funds. I mean, maybe something that her attorney or you may have to get an attorney and you guys figure this thing out on the contract that you have with her. Because you may have to break the contract with her and say,
yeah.
Well, it was such a tight contract anyway with the insurance that there's not these big chunks just to pay mortgages. I mean,
No.
I understand being in a bind.
Right. Yeah, yeah, I understand that too. There's just not a lot left on the bone. We'll set this out for a review next month, on the 26th. I would like either Melinda or
The mother?
the mother, what did you say her name was?
Vanilla.
Vanilla?
You need to write that down with a long I.
Yeah.
But everybody calls her Vanilla is what the neighbors was. But,
Right.
the daughter is in the hospital.
can I ask, is there any more tearing out or anything else that you need to tear out of the inside?
It really needs to be going back at this point. It's ready for everything to be putting back.
Right.
So is there any reason to keep the dumpster?
No,
that's-
it's being picked up tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Tim.
Okay, yeah, that's fine, yeah.
Well, I just thought that once we started putting sheetrock up, there'd be a lot of scrap pieces we could throw in. You know, I didn't realize it was gonna drag out, but no, just where I am, the dumpster will be gone tomorrow. I mean, I just called on that today because, I mean, I just don't see how to get to the end with,
Right.
because there'll be another chunk gone before I get done with the sheetrock, because the first is gonna roll around again.
Right, and if that's what,
And it's like
Yeah.
that Connex that's sitting there also, you know, it's plumb full of her stuff that I need to either put back in the house. I mean,
the Connex is not supposed to live there forever either, and.
I'm paying on that, I mean,
Is it rented?
just,
Yes,
so, I mean, you know, I'm not here just trying to get out of it. I mean, I'm just trying to, you know, I don't know what to do exactly. I've not really been in this situation.
and Kenny, did you have something else to add?
I was just gonna say, we've done the rough in on the electric and the final on the electric,
Right.
service and stuff.
Right.
We haven't done anything with the mechanical, we haven't done anything with the plumbing. I don't know if there's anything that we will be doing with that. I can't remember what you said, but we have, you know, like everything done with electrical rough in and the, service. I believe James got the service done for you, right?
Yes, sir.
So we got all of that there, but we haven't done anything with mechanical or plumbing. If there's anything there that will need to, that they're gonna be changing out and stuff. just
I know
wanted to know. Hopefully,
mechanical can
before
get
they
expensive,
sheetrock,
right,
if there's any of that stuff, we'll need to inspect it before they sheetrock. So
right.
that would throw in behind a little bit too.
Yeah, if you're doing, are you
Well,
doing
there-
plumbing?
The plumbing, there wasn't nothing being changed. I mean, it was underneath the scenes.
So
I mean,
everything's gonna stay the
same
same
thing on
on
the plumbing.
there. And what about the mechanical?
As far as the heat and air, I mean, we was replacing some ducts.
Okay, see, we haven't done anything with the ductwork or anything, so
But-
that's the only thing, we would need to do that before it be covered up. Sorry.
So
Okay.
as far as that heat and air in the ducts, that would definitely be done before the sheetrock, but that's another $7,000 chunk
Right.
that I just,
You don't know if they've got it or not, and they won't admit to having it or not having it, or.
well, I mean, they're just down to, out of 26, they're down to 13, so I mean, that's and I mean,
The
there's.
numbers are not adding up then.
Right, I mean, And this was 2 weeks ago, and then like I said, this week, there's another 1,000 gone just within 7 days, even after trying to pick up a check. I mean,
Okay. Well, we'll definitely need to see them next month because it doesn't,
Talk to the insurance company too, right?
yes, I mean, not this week, or, I mean, I didn't say, did you tell them to pay my the mortgage, but.
and
no,
there is a mortgage company involved in this house?
There's a page in there that tells, I think, who the mortgage company is
Hmm.
in her file.
Well, okay, we'll look at that in a minute. You know, for a contractor, you know, whenever you go into this, you go into it with a contract. If they're not meeting the terms of the contract, then you have a decision to make, whether you continue working the contract or not. If they're not holding up their end of it, they're in breach. You know, if you're not holding up your end of it, then you're in breach.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
and that can go fall either way sometimes, and sometimes there's two sides to a coin, and sometimes you gotta hear both sides. So I'm gonna wanna hear from her exactly what's going on.
Sure.
And find out where the rubber meets the road on this, but it sounds to me like that there's definitely gonna be some issues finishing it. Is the house secure?
Yes, we've got a deadbolt on the door, or not, so the front door locks, and then we've got a master lock on the, well, I guess the side door, I guess it'd be the side door.
No. Trent, when you went there today, was it secure?
Yeah, I checked the front door, I didn't check the side door.
Right.
Been secure.
It's been
It
secured.
didn't look secured, I mean, visually, I did not get out of my truck on the side of the house.
Okay. Well, you know, whenever a house, they start working on it and then they stop, man, that looks like a target for folks.
It's been a target throughout this process, as far as people walking,
You know, you know,
we'll load up that dumpster and it'll be half unloaded, you know, after, I mean, just, I guess people going through it trying to get.
yeah, yeah. Well, I would definitely want them to somebody to be notified about the high grass and weeds. That needs to be taken care of. They just can't let it go. It's the middle of May.
So this one tomorrow.
Right, yeah, so it's gonna happen tomorrow. It's the middle
It'll
of May.
probably end up, the report come right back here.
I know, yes, sir, and I understand that, but we need that kind of case to work through the system too. And, but I do want you to be taken care of if we can help it, if we can help you in any way. We wanna help them in any way that we can too.
Sure.
We're trying to help the community and preserve the quality of life for everybody in Pryor. When the house gets to this point though, we gotta start moving on it.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, right now, it's 85% done. All they need to do is finish it.
Yes, sir.
So something needs to be done with it because it's still condemned. So I appreciate you coming in and spending the time with me and giving me a heads up on what's happening out there on your job site. As far as staying on the job, you'll have to work that out with them.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
if they're not paying you, you know, that it's gonna be up to you, but, as long as they're meeting their end of the bargain, they have to meet it. If they're not meeting their end of the bargain, you know, you have to do what you have to do.
Yes, sir.
So, I wish you well, and thank you for coming in and visiting with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So set this out to the 26th of June.
And you want the mother to come.
Yes, I definitely need mother or the daughter, either one. Whoever's listed as the lawful owner on the deed.
It's Vanila's husband, I believe, and Melinda.
Right,
Lynn Davis.
right, is the husband.
is
Yeah,
the
it's her
husband
dad.
who's passed away.
Yeah,
And
he's,
then, Melinda, but apparently she has
Melinda,
mortgage on it, which means she has the insurance money on it.
right, so Vanilla,
Mhm.
yeah, she's got the mortgage on it,
So
she needs to be here.
because of that.
Yes,
Okay.
to Southeast Second.
Thank you.
the matter of the dilapidation of the property of Isabel Hensley Townsend, 510 North 433 Road. Is anyone here that would like to speak about it? Well, I feel like we've talked this one.
Just give me a hard time.
We've talked about this one, and there's really nothing been done.
Nothing been done, you've got
Got-
recent pictures.
I saw those today,
Yeah.
from today.
And, you know, obviously, it's not gonna be taken care of. Here's the dilemma that I came across, was the state statute
Mm-hmm.
in reference to it. Maybe you're more familiar with it than I am, I don't know, did you get a copy of that?
Yes, it's in there.
Well, I put the little boxes that you
Yeah,
had sent.
Not the entire
I
statute,
didn't
but
put the email that I sent you in.
the highlights, the ones you gotta know for the test.
I haven't, and the only,
And it has become a harbinger of varmints and it's ready to collapse on somebody if they walk through it.
yeah, for sure, I mean, there's a long read, but
Yes.
the concerning part would be this part right here, and then the D
Yeah,
of it.
okay.
And I'm not,
Yeah, it does line up with that. Did you ever get a chance to visit with her handyman and see if he would come up in here and talk with me?
he gets the notifications, I think.
Yeah,
I didn't go, one day I did talk to him, he said he'd be here, but he's not showed up.
no. And this has been going on for quite some time, and we've been very lenient about it. They still have a building permit, I guess it expires June 7th, 2025. And we'll see what happens, because this is their second permit, so this has been going on for a year, that the construction has been going on. And that's where we're at with it, with the building remodel.
Her attorney contacted me the last time, wanting to know if we were going to renew it and stuff.
Mm-hmm. He did.
At the time, we did renew it, but
Right.
I know he'll be contacting me again, and do I say, no, think you all need to attend this meeting and address these issues, or?
Yes, I do believe that that's the direction that I need to be leaning at this point. I need to talk to somebody, because I really haven't had any conversations with anyone. I know Isabella's not in good health, but I need some point of contact to come down here and represent her.
Well, her handyman can't, do electrical, mechanical, or plumbing anyway.
No.
So, I got a feeling he might be doing some of that, because.
Yeah, I have a good feeling about that too, absolutely. I think that's gonna become an issue as well, but I need some communication on this. I will reset this to June 26th,
And do you want me to put in the letter?
that I need some contact. I need a representative, someone, either her or her representative to come speak to me and find out where we're at on the project. And because her permit expires June 7th, we don't meet till June 26th, so we'll see her then.
And if they contact me about getting another one, tell them we're gonna hold off until this hearing?
Yes. We'll hold off until the hearing, until I hear from them. If you hear that they've hired, if they hear that, if they're not doing anything with it, if they're not willing to come down here and meet with me, I don't really, they're painting me into a corner. I don't have any other options, according to the state statutes. I need some communication with them. So we'll set that out. And I don't want to renew the permit until they speak with me, because we've renewed twice and they haven't spoken with me yet.
Her attorney's not even showed up here,
No.
or our attorney, to assist us.
No. No, but we do need to start moving in some kind of direction on this property. It is, we've been patient and we've been holding off, you know, wanting to see the movement on it, and we just have not got any. So I need some communication with them or her handyman to figure out where we're headed on this. If it's not going to happen or if it is going to happen, I just would like some kind of confirmation on the direction that the city of Pryor needs to move. So we'll set that out to the 26th of June. And at this time, we'll exit the public hearing and we will adjourn.